hoping that,
so
weren't
sweet.
you? A lot of focus today, though. On a warning here in France, this is a warning from the highest court of auditors.
That's right. That's the Cour des Comptes, and they've issued their yearly report, and you can read about it in Le Figaro today that says that this Cour des Comptes really fears the situation could get out of hand. Basically, the top auditors are afraid the government is being too optimistic and has overestimated how much money it's going to be able to rake in from taxes and how much it's going to be able to cut public spending. On top of that, the Cour des Comptes is worried that the government is being overly optimistic about how well the economy is going to do, how much it's going to grow. So according to these auditors, the deficit could be a lot bigger than the government originally imagined by some 3 to 6 billion euros, and this despite the government's efforts to cut public spending. Now, Les Echos, the business daily, says that the Cour des Comptes has really tackled the government with this yearly report.
OK, well, the government itself, or Francois Hollande at least, still, of course, in the US, a lot of focus on that in the papers.
That's right. It's his third day, and he's heading to the West Coast. So La Croix takes a look at French companies that are actually there and talks about the Silicon Valley, how it's a French dream. Now, while he's there, François Hollande is going to meet with several French citizens, and Le Monde takes a closer look at just who these people are and calls them the country of the happy Frenchies. Unlike many of their countrymen back home, these Frenchies aren't depressed, according to Le Monde. They're happy to go to work, happy to be evolving in what they call the bubble of the future. They're really thrilled about the working environment in the Silicon Valley, for instance. To quote one of them, "The spirit of a startup is the complete opposite from the French spirit." Now, according to Le Monde, American businesses are really welcoming French citizens to come and work because they're qualified, they're creative, and they're relatively cheap.
OK, if you say so, Flo. We'll have a lot more on that in focus very shortly, in fact. International papers are also focusing on Hollande's visit.
That's right. I pulled out a cartoon in the International Herald Tribune that's slightly mocking of Hollande and his personal life. I don't know if you can see it there, but you see a butler announcing Hollande's visit to the White House, and there he is, rocking up on a little scooter to the White House. Now, the Wall Street Journal, more seriously, also focuses on Hollande's visit today. Now, this being the conservative paper, they're really interested in his supply-side conversion that he's taken since the new year and says that this is an opportunity for him to clear things up and explain it to the American people.
A lot of focus as well in the papers. This is on a landmark meeting between officials from China and Taiwan, focused on improving bilateral relations.
That's right. It was the highest level talks in more than 6 decades. So getting a lot of attention in the Asian press, as you can imagine. On the front page of China Daily, there you can see that handshake between those top officials. They talk about this liaison mechanism that's going to be set up across the straits. Now, in their editorial, China Daily points out that a lot of people are calling this a major breakthrough, a milestone. What's clear is that it's a step forward, and The Independent also agrees with that. This is really a step forward, even though it's very symbolic, and the dispute between the old enemies isn't really resolved. It does give hope that diplomacy will prevail.
Flo, thank you very much. Flo Villeneuve, she'll be back a couple of times in the next few hours here on Live from Paris with the French and the